What did you get out of this entire weekend in a nutshell?
I got really cold.
Really cold.
Like at 2:30 in the morning when we were at the park, I think everybody woke up and just like all looked around like, fuck, this is cold. The disaster blankets were like all nice in the beginning, like, oh, these are not bad, but they don't really hold the heat. Anyway, so, but apart from cold, I don't know. It was a really cool experience. Part of the reason it was cool is because I was sort of the leader, but only kind of, because we had you guys, the youth, and you know, when we got to the park, it wasn't my plan to stay at the park, right? I had another place, you know, scouted out. But, you know, Dustin was like, no, this is pretty safe, actually. You know, people have been staying down here for a while. Because I had heard that people used to stay by the library, but then the cops were kicking them out.
Yeah.
But apparently, just like the youth are always moving, apparently the cops are moving where they're trying to kick people out from. So, you know, it was a neat dynamic to have. You know, usually, you know, like I said, we come and we're like, oh, this is how the world works, you know, but suddenly we were in your world, you know. And it was really cool from a leadership perspective to just, you know, to have that, give up that authority, you know, to be like, okay, well, I guess I'm in charge because I've got sort of a schedule and I kind of have some ideas for a couple of activities and I've generally got a mood that I'm going for, but past that it was more of like a communal effort, which was a neat experience. When you said the most memorable experience, frankly, it was sitting in the Andre House line, looking at the people in front of me and seeing somebody who seemed to be coming down off some drug, scratching themselves, and somebody's butt crack like exposed right in front of me. That's probably not the most memorable thing, but that's the first thing that came to mind when you asked me that question. I don't know, memorable? There's a lot. You know, I have this memory of walking towards the sun, going to the Andre line, in just no shade, like that whole way, right? And just like crap, like how many more blocks is it? You know, like it wasn't even that hot. You know, it was in the 90s, but not bad. But I'd just been out all day, and my skin was not burned, but dry. You know, my lips were chapped, and I don't know. I definitely that you know, I'm gonna have, you know, a memory of, and also, you know, Saturday night was really cool. Every retreat is cool by the time you get to Saturday night. If it's not cool, then you've done your job wrong as a retreat leader. But yeah, it was cool because it was small and how do I say? We were all getting something different. You know, what it meant to you is different than what it meant to me, right? Because this is like part of my school. You know, I research volunteerism, so of course I'm interested in how to motivate people to. So that's like my angle.
Yeah.
But then, you know, we've got volunteers who are like, wow, this is the first time I've ever even known anything about being homeless. You know, which is not as much me. I've been around it enough to kind of have some ideas. But then there's like a whole other level, like, you know, youth saying, wow, you know, I knew what the streets looked like, but I didn't know what these people looked like, you know, like that they cared that much, you know, and that they would be open and willing to open their hearts to me, you know, and for all of us to be that all out of the exact same experience, right? You know, we all were together for the same time doing all the same things, so I don't know. You definitely bring your own thing to it. There's a lot of effort and time that goes into getting to the right place to get the right thing. In my car, when I drive around, I'm like, oh, they've got like all the homeless service stuff, more or less in the same spot, right? It's all kind of like here where they've swept it away from the downtown, right?
Yeah.
But when you're walking, it's really not that close.
No.
And you know, you think about like spending all your time meeting your basic needs, but it's not even that. It's like spending all of your time thinking about how you're going to get to the places to meet your basic needs. How long it took to get dinner. I mean, we
Yeah.
left here at 4, and we were done at 6:30. It does not take me 2.5. It's a luxury if dinner takes 2.5 hours. Like, it's like cook it, 20 minutes, boom, eat it in 10, and I'm on, on to the next thing, being productive, right? It seemed like, oh, get a job, you bum. Like, well, wait a second. Like, I don't have time to get a job. Like, I'm sitting in lines like my whole day. You want me searching for jobs? Like, so I don't know. I guess I would say that the life of a homeless/homeless youth is a series of worries about transportation fit in to the random scheduling rules of said places that provide those resources. So must be up by here, but must be back by then, and gotta go here to get this, but it's happening here, but I have to be here by now, and I don't know. That's what I would say, juggling transportation based on the schedule of the people who are being generous. During the one minute window when I'll actually be generous to you. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I think. Is that fair?
Yeah.
I mean, and you spend a lot of time being hot.
Totally. Especially in Arizona.
Yeah, bugs in your face too, man. That does suck.